Once we link up, a few people will pile in. But for those that do not know this man, this is Nelvi Tierfak. He is the first ever German super heavyweight Olympic medalist. He's a former European gold medalist, turning pro under the tutelage of Hall of Fame coach here in the UK, Mr. Joe Gallagher, who has trained the likes of Anthony $1 Million Crawler, Scott Quigg, and Liam Beefy Smith. So this is Nelvi Tierfak. Listen, Nelvi, welcome to the Gunman Instalive. As I said, this is a platform for great fighters and fighters of all levels to share their journeys with the fight fans. You are the first ever German to place at the Olympics in the super heavyweight category. How does that feel?
Wow, it's just like, you know, if you write history, like forever, you are the number one. You're the first to ever do something like your name lives forever. So, yeah, it's quite mind blowing to be, actually the person that really did it. So I haven't really registered yet, but I really made history, and it's crazy.
Listen, I met you at the Queensbury press conference last week. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you. And now I'm really locked in and looking forward to seeing your journey further. To those that don't know you, how would you describe your fight style?
I would say I'm a mix of, how should I start it? Like, you know, it's hard to say myself, like, yeah, you are the one interviewing me, yeah. So you have to say, I have to see if you did your research. So you are the one who has to tell me that, bro.
Well, listen, from what I've seen of you, I'd say that you've got a very like amateur boxing style. I'd say you're very in and out. You're a small heavyweight. You're fast. You pepper your opponents. You fence quite a lot. You know, like that amateur style of fencing and point scoring. I would say. I'd say you've got good footwork. I'd say I would say you're game. You're strong. That's how I'd describe you. I'd say you try to come forward quite a bit. You can box forward and going backwards. But that's how I would describe you to anyone.
Right. I would say you're right on point. You're right on point. Yes, sir. 100%.
Yeah, you can box quite well going forward, and you box pretty well going backwards. You're quite, you're fast. I still think you've got a very amateur style. You know, you are looking to point score, and you are a fencer for sure.
Right.
I was going to just quickly ask you about the difference between the amateurs and what you're going to expect in the pros. Because obviously we've seen some really good amateurs not being able to turn it over into the pro game. Like there's only a handful that have gone on, particularly in the UK, that have won gold medal in the Olympics and then won a world title. We've only had a few in the UK, the likes of James DeGale, Joshua, but we've had loads of failed guys like Audley Harrison and Luke Campbell that have gone on one gold and have come with big hype and not been able to deliver it, even Tyson Fury didn't even make the Olympics.
Yeah.
For example, and one of the best in the world. So how do you see the transition going to be for you?
Yeah, I think that for me it will be like pretty easy. Of course, I got a amateur style, but I think I got a pretty great defense that will be really, really important for the pros. The leg work will be really important as well. So for me, it's just to pack on some muscles, stick on my punches some more, turn them in, and that's basically it because I can box. I've been doing that for 10 years. Like the resume is already there. So I just have to with me moving less, you even benefit me. So, and I think there's way more power for me to gain. I've been struggling with quite a lot of injuries. Of course, not everybody, what they see is just me in the ring fighting. So they don't know what I'm handling. They don't know what I'm coming with, what type of problem, what type of issues I'm fighting with. So, yo, the amateurs, yeah, I've been having a lot of injuries. So every time you saw me in the ring, I was never 100% fit. Even the Olympics, I've been through so much. People don't even know. So one day, we're gonna shoot a film, a documentary, and all that, and people are really gonna sit in front of the cinema and say, "Yeah, how the fuck could this guy ever fight like all this?" I swear to God. I swear to God. Believe me. Once a documentary comes out, you say like, damn, how could he really like survive this?
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Listen, the Olympics, I was out at the Olympics, and I think I went to the semi-finals of the men, but at the lower weights. And the Paris Olympics, I thought it was a really good show they put on. How was that whole experience for you?
Man, that's one of a lifetime experience. You can't really explain it. Like,
Mm. Mm.
you have to experience it yourself. But
Yeah.
speaking for myself, it was just like a dream. You must imagine like I would just say throw some few names in. Yeah, Serena Williams, she was out there.
Yeah.
Um, Snoop Dogg was somewhere hanging around. I didn't meet him in person, but Noah Lyles, Shakari, blah blah blah, all the names, like even our German Dennis Schröder, like you see like almost the whole world, like every every like every freaking name that's up there in sports, yeah.
Mm.
You see them like in real life and they're all there for the same goal as you. That's when it really
Yeah.
sinks in like, okay, I really made it. Like we are in the same pool, like and all fighting for the same goal, and that's really crazy. Like
Yeah.
just mind blowing.
Were you? I mean, obviously you'd won, a gold in the Europeans in 2022. Were you going in with the mindset of I can win gold, or were you thinking I'd be happy to get a medal?
No. Every tournament that I ever stepped on to, every fight, I always want to be the best because for me, there's no reason in turning up and I want to be the best. So why should I do it? Like I get up
Mm.
in the morning, like even before back in the days when I used to go to school, I get up in the morning at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
5 a.m. Sorry, it's 5 a.m. I go for a run, and then 7 a.m. On my way to school, coming back at 9 p.m. in the evening. Like
Mm.
if I'm doing all that not to be the best, then why the fuck am I even starting this? Like so
Yeah.
everywhere I stepped out, every time I get out, I always want to get the best.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Because listen, being runners up in this sport ain't no fun.
Nah.
It usually hurts. It
Yes, sir.
usually hurts when you're runners up. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to be aiming for gold, 100%. So you went to the Olympics as a German.
Yeah.
Explain how that happened. You're an African, and you went and fought as a German. Was it just opportunity seized, or do you actually have true love for the German nation?
Now I've been basically like my whole life. I believe in Germany. I came to
Right.
Germany when I was 8. I was born in Cameroon. For those who don't know, I was born in Cameroon.
Yeah.
Came to Germany when I was 8. So basically, I grew up here in Germany. I see myself as a German, and yeah, it's the country that gave me all the opportunities.
Yeah.
Like I think
Can
if
you
I
speak the
was,
language?
yeah,
Can you speak the language?
of course, fluently,
Ah,
though, yeah. I
hello,
went to school
Vigas.
like I went, yeah, out of years. I went to primary
Yeah.
school, so
Yeah.
I'm fully German.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you look good in the colours. You look good in the colours. Look, we've got Jeff Mayweather, who has just joined the chat. Jeffrey Mayweather, I want to say hello. This guy's a good friend of mine.
Legendary.
He's a legend. Yeah, he's been on here, and he's a brilliant guy. So yeah, you boxed for Germany at the Olympics. You placed with a bronze. Why is it the Germans haven't really had like superstar boxers? You've had like Max Schmeling, who fought Joe Lewis a couple of times in the 30s, Felix Sturm, Arthur Abraham,
Klitschko's. Don't forget about that.
Jürgen Bremer. Klitschko's were Ukrainian,
Bro,
but they were adopted, weren't they?
Klitschko's were Germans, man. Klitschko were Germans. They were basically, yeah, they were Ukrainian, yeah, but they were like, if you speak, like if you ask like Klitschko's, yeah, everybody will link them to Germany, like for real. at least a pro career.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say it like that because they were the one bringing all the TV in, all the TV deals, all the money, all that. They were bringing all that to Germany. So I would say that German boxers.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, listen, Lennox Lewis came over here, and it was sad to see that fans didn't adopt him because he was born in Canada, and he was such a great fighter. Because I think he boxed at for Canada at the Olympic.
Right.
And then he came over here and fought as a British fighter, and we just never took to him. We preferred, not me, but the public preferred Frank Bruno. You know what I mean? Like he's a lovable nearly man sort of thing. And we've got that culture in this country of liking the sort of lovable nearly guys like Tim Henman and Gareth Southgate and you know what I mean, like Frank Bruno. We've got to get behind our people. Did you experience any kind of negativity that as a black guy fighting for Germany?
Yeah. To this day, but me, I don't fucking care. At the end of the day, they still gotta tune in and see my fucking face. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna represent my people. Like I'm for everybody.
Did you get a bit of negativity around it, similar to how Lennox Lewis did?
Yeah, of course. To this day, as I just say, they say this guy's not German. He's black. He can't be German. It's not possible. I say, yeah. And so what? Come and fight me then.
Brilliant, Nelvi. I love that, man, because whenever you're doing well as well, people want to put you down, in life.
Right. Me, yeah, I never cared about that for 1 second because most of these people,
which is crazy.
Yeah, right. Most of these people, they haven't got a profile picture. Like, okay, so yeah. Should I be fighting against the ghost like that? That will make me look crazy.
Yeah.
So, nah, never. Fuck off. Hey, if that makes you happy, I'm happy. At the end of the day, it's a one view more for me. So let's go.
Exactly. If they're consuming your content, if they're consuming your content, or in my case, or they're watching you fight in your case, then they're actually spending their time and energy in your sphere, and at the end of the day, you've got their eyeballs. So we talked about the difference. I wanted to talk to you about the difference between the amateurs and the pros, because as I mentioned, quite a lot of amateurs fail in the pros.
Right.
Are you going to have to? What's the main differences for you?
I would say sitting on the punches. Even slowing the pace down a little bit, because most amateurs once to step in the pro ring, that's what they struggle with the most, to get outgassed too fast. So that's something that I really have to learn, because as you just say, amateurs is just all in, make them punches, make them points, all that. So I really have to slow down once I turn pro on that, sit on my punches, and building some more muscles. I think that's the main thing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Because you've got to think about it. In the pros, you've got the one punch bang, and you could be pecking me away for 5-6 rounds, and you could be 5-6 rounds up, and it only takes one shot, especially in your division. Bang, you're out.
It's over,
and I've won. So it's like you've got the power really does come into it, doesn't it?
Right, 100%. I think that's the most significant difference with the amateurs and the pros, that what everybody really needs. Yeah, across the weight class, not only my weight class. Like, the power is necessary for every boxer in the pros.
You made a really good point about the pace of the fight. When you've got an amateur fight and it's 3 rounds, in this country it's 3 rounds, and it's usually high pace. You can't afford to lose the first round. If you lose the first round in a 3-round fight, you're almost done for, aren't you? Or if you get knocked down. So it's like quite frantic fights, quite high pace. But now you're going to be going up to, you'll eventually start moving into 6-rounders, 8-rounders, etc. And you then get to take your time and pick your shots and box with a bit more finesse. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, most definitely. You know what I think? Yeah, with the pros as well. I think the pros is way more like a chess game, way more than the amateurs. even more than amateurs, because if you really got a plan, if you're really able to execute the plan with the pros, because you got time on your hands, you got everything, you got time to see everything. Like, it's the guy with the best plan that can really get it done. But at the end of the day, that basis have to be set right. You need your fitness, you need your stamina, all that, because once you start guessing out, the plan is out of the way. So it's a natural instinct that will start to come in. So like every time you step into a fight, you got to make sure that you're fit.
Oh, mate, I don't think there's any worse place to be if you run out of gas and someone's got to call the plumber. You know what I mean? Because you've ran out of gas than being in a boxing ring. Like, and someone coming to take your head off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow.
That's not funny. That is not funny, is it? That is not. That ain't no joke. So listen, let's talk about your coach. So you're getting together with Joe Gallagher. How did that come about?
How did it come about? Big shout out to Eden Razoo. He's my manager. Yeah, he's the one who basically introduced me to Joe Gallagher. A Hall of Famer, great coach, had a lot of world champions. So he's the guy. He knows how the business works. He knows how to train his fighters. And the reason I was in England is for just to see if the dynamics is there, if we get along. So that box is ticked off as well. We both like each other. So it's basically safe. That.
How much have you trained with him so far?
We only trained for a week. That wasn't really about training, like as I just said, it was really about the dynamics, because as we just say, I'm a world-class athlete. He's a world-class coach. So the levels were already they're already there. That one was already set. Like, it was just about the dynamics, and it worked out. So So in the future,
you've been up in Manchester. You've been up in Manchester, have you?
Right.
Yeah. How are you finding it up there? I just got back from there myself. Actually,
really?
I was there on Saturday. Yeah, I was there on Saturday. How you find it? It rains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do. Bad luck there. I was very lucky because in the amateurs, I've been a lot to England.
Yeah.
I always been to Sheffield all the time because the German national team with the GB squad, we had a great connection. So we always worked together. So I've been, England's like my second home already, has been. Yeah, so I'm already used to everything. Manchester is just quite a little bit different, just way more busier. Better like the training environment. I got everything like around the corner, so it suits me perfectly.
Yeah. And have you done any sparring up there with some of the guys there yet? Or has
I haven't sparred.
Working out the logistics.
Yeah, not really working out the logistics. As I say, that one was not even something that we'll talk about. Like, that wasn't even the problem. It was just do we understand each other as two individuals? That was basically it. That was basically the reason why I was out there in Manchester. Yeah. And as I said, that box was ticked off. So everything is set on that side. He's 100% going to be but that's not official yet. Yeah. It's just between us.
We got the exclusive. Are you gonna fight out of the UK though? Are you gonna? Do you think most of your fights will be here, or are you gonna be just moving around like a road warrior?
With me, I would like to fight wherever the fight is. I'll fight. I'm a fighter. I love fighting.
Yeah.
For me as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna set that straight from the beginning. I've been boxing for 10 years. Yeah, with amateurs. Yeah, so basically, my whole life. For me, pro boxing is business as well. I want to make some serious money.
Yeah. You need because to get your ass to Saudi.
Yes, sir. I've been tested against the best of the best. I've fought everybody, like really everybody. I fought them, won against most. So ain't nobody can tell me like, nah, he never fought this, he never fought this. Now it's pro time for me. It's business as well. Now it's business time, 100%.
let's just talk about the size of heavyweights, because you're actually quite a small heavyweight, aren't you?
Right.
As in height. I mean, you're thick set, you're strong. Don't get me wrong. But the days of the smaller heavyweights, when there was Mike Tyson in his prime, and he was 5'11" and killing these big guys, that kind of moved away when the Lennox Lewis's, the Klitschko's, the Tyson Furies, and these huge absolute units came along. And then now Usyk's just now put that to bed again. Like he's put out of bed. You're a smaller heavyweight, right? Yeah. Is it gonna be harder for you to get to the very top because of your size?
So that's when the coach comes into work. The coach got to make it work. I'm a fighter. I know that I'm great. I know what I can achieve. So it's all about the plan.
Yeah,
it's all about the plan. Yeah. So if you're bigger, of course, like the way you're built, you gotta use it to your advantage. But every size got the advantage and the disadvantages. So for me, as a smaller guy, I can get easier to the body. Yeah. And that's a huge secret in boxing that a lot of guys don't know. Shout out to my guy, Agi Caballero, the body puncher, the body killer. Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm just going to follow Agi Caballero. That's my guy. That's it. You've seen the German I have a lot of stars. Agi Caballero is number one. He's the biggest star. And it's really sad. Yeah, it's really sad. That guy is number 2 ranked, I think, in WBC. Bro, he's not getting any promotion out in Germany or nothing. That's Brilliant. Crazy. It's sad. It's really sad.
Greens, big up the gunman. Thank you, Creamy Greens, for that. That's nice to give you. Nice to put some support in the chat. That's lovely. Listen, it's funny though, right? Because in boxing, a lot of coaches will tell you that boxing is a young man's game. You've heard that so many times. It's a young man's game. But actually, that's actually a load of rubbish. Like all of the top heavyweights are over 30. The top guys, really. I know Dubois is sort of a younger sort of heavyweight, but Fury is what, 38, or Usyk's pushing on towards 40.
Right.
Joshua's deep in his 30s, and actually experience. Really, Zhang is like 40, isn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like Zhang, Joe Joyce is like,
grandpa.
Exactly. So actually, a lot of people say boxing's a young man's game, but actually, the top guys tend to be older. Does that mean for you that you think you're going to have to just take your time and wait for these guys to go, and you don't need to rush? You're 25, 26?
25, right, 25.
Yeah, so you don't need to rush, do you? You can really look to start attacking the division if you wanted, in 5 years' time, can you?
Yes, sir, that's 100% right. I'm coming into this game with a game plan. As you can see right behind me, this is my company, Ranch United. I'm a businessman, so as I just said, this boxing for me, pro boxing is a business as well. But don't get it twisted. If there's a big fight around the corner, I'm down. I'm down for great fights. I want to entertain the fans as well. Yeah, you also asked me back to a question, what I forgot, like my pro side and all that. I think I'll be a very, very entertaining heavyweight. I don't plan to sit and be all slow on my feet and all that. I like to move. I like to play. I want to be an entertaining fighter. I think I'll bring something like in the super in heavyweight class that it's it hasn't been there for a long time. A big guy that moves a lot. Yeah. I want to bring that in.
That's one advantage about being smaller. Right. Your footwork is lovely. You're really good going backwards. You've got really good footwork. You've got really nice spring in your footwork, and your mobility, is really good. And that's you don't see mobile heavyweights, and because you're smaller, I don't think heavyweights throw as many punches as you do. Per round,
yes,
or can
sir.
do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can outwork a lot of guys, and you can move quicker and faster. It's just about not getting thumped.
Right. right. Yes, sir. So I just gotta find a perfect mix in between all that, and then I think, with time, I will get to my perfect craft.
How did you get the scar on the top of your forehead? I noticed it straight away when we met. I was like, now this brother, listen, that's the sort of brother that you don't want to be meeting in a dark alleyway. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, listen, take my keys, take my wallet, and just not the face. You know what I mean? Where did you get that bad boy from?
Yes, sir. Of course, everybody like guess like it's from boxing, but it's not. It was not. It was just a childhood incident. I might get only one day, but it wasn't that. It wasn't. It was nothing too serious. Just look way worse than it really is. It was back then in Africa when I was really young. So actually out there like fix or like treat wounds. Yeah. Africa, like they really sew it like a dress. They just put the needle on and they was just sewing it like it was a dress. That's why it actually looks like this. If you really look close to it, you still see like all the single dots and all that. Actually, when I was young,
was that a fight?
I was
then, or was that a little?
Nah. I was just jumping. I was just saying right. As kids, yeah, back in Africa, that was when fun was still allowed. We used to climb on trees and all that. Yeah, just rough playing. That's basically all that. Yeah, that's what happened. So nothing too serious.
Yeah. Listen, what you need to do is you need to change that story, and you need to say that. Yeah, I saw this girl getting robbed by 10 men, and I took them all out. And one of them just managed to catch me. That's make it a bit cooler.
Yes, sir. Yeah, a little bit entertaining. Yeah, everybody like every time that I get like asked about it, everybody say like, nah. Don't say that. Say you fought against a lion or something, or something like that. Just make it. Yes, sir.
That's how you need to. You need to change that up. You need to change that up for sure.
Right,
let's talk about the heavyweight landscape. Your division is absolutely crazy in the pro ranks. Now, if we go back to the start, your man Klitschko, the German legend, got done over. He gets beat by. He was a man, and he gets beat by Joshua, who turned into the man. And then Joshua gets beat. And everyone says he's done when he gets beat against Ruiz. And Wilder's now like the man. And then Fury comes back, beats Wilder, and everyone says, look, Fury's a man. Fury has, he's the main man. Then Dubois sort of starts coming through the ranks. Everyone's like, Dubois is a man. And then Joyce beats Dubois, and everyone's like, Joyce has got to be the man to fight Fury. And then Zhang beats Joyce, and everyone's like, Zhang's the man to beat Fury. Zhang gets beat. Fury has a bad fight against Ngannou.
Yeah.
Joshua smashes Ngannou, and everyone's like, Joshua's the man.
Crazy.
And then, then basically Dubois beats Joshua, and Fury looks shaky against Ngannou and gets done by Usyk. And really, the only constant throughout the whole division has been Usyk. It's been so up and down. How much do you rate that, brother?
Usyk, yeah, he's always been like one of my, not one, he's been my favorite fighter for this current generation. And I always say that because he's someone that he just kept his amateur style, what he was doing for 3 rounds, implemented that into 12 rounds. And to be doing that, that's something that if you're not into boxing, you can't really understand. Like, you know what it feels, how that thing's like, it soaks up your whole energy if somebody's standing in front of you, not throw any punches, just feinting 24/7. Your whole body's like tied up. You don't know when it's going to throw a punch. So that drains all your whole energy, and people don't understand that. If you've never been in the ring, you will never understand. So me as a boxer, I always knew that the only thing that I was scared about with Usyk was his weight class, because obviously he came up from the
cruiser.
Cruiserweight, He came from cruiserweight, came up so bad. That guy proved me wrong. So he got a great chin. That's the only weakness that I was imagined that he could have had, a weak chin. But as soon as his chin was tested, I can't see any way that somebody can really beat him. It can only be via knockout. That's the only way. Only way.
I was at the fight. I was at his first fight with Joshua, which was at Tottenham Hotspur's stadium. And mate, he took his soul. He took Joshua's soul. and the technique, and he was jabbing. He took the guy's jab. He's so
Indeed.
good at taking a jab away from you, these bigger guys. And that's something that you're certainly going to need to do, is take the jab or off of these bigger guys, because they're all going to look at you as, oh, he's a bit smaller in height. I'm talking about the big tree trunk guys, you know, like the 6'9" man. They're gonna be looking like, yeah, no, get a small guy on the end of the jab. But yeah, he was hooking around the jab, and yeah, he just took Joshua's soul, and it's been mightily impressive as a small guy. He's brought small guys back into the game, really, because for a long time it was just the big boys. And it's going to be interesting to see how you fare against some of these giants in the game. But you've definitely got the attributes to trouble anyone, I'd say.
Yes, sir. I think so as well, and I appreciate it. Yeah, you said it as well.
No, absolutely. You know, you've got you know, I know it's you've got some comparisons with Usyk in a way. You know, you have actually got some comparisons in your style with him. As in, you're quite in and out, very technical fighter. You also hook around the jab, and do damage with it as well, don't you? So. You know, when you think about it, you've got some nice comparisons, but, you know, it's where we can take the shots at the higher level. And, you know, you can obviously have to gain some experience, aren't you? Because no one can just go straight in, you know, with some of the big boys straight away. So you just need to gain you'll need to gain some experience. But yeah, listen, it's absolutely been fantastic to have you on. I've got a couple of quick fire questions before I let you go. Okay. One word answers if you can. A bit of fun before you shoot off. Yeah. Okay, one word answers. Who is your favourite fighter in the UK?
Moses Toma.
Oh, that's a good shout. Hardest sparring partner?
Moses Toma.
So you're going to stick with that every time, aren't you?
Nah. They say the UK, so they basically like he's been like worldwide. He's that guy. Yeah. He got it.
Fury versus Usyk 2. Who wins?
Ooh, only one. Usyk.
Conor Benn or Eubank Jr.?
I really don't rate none of them that high, but if I will pick one, basing off the last performance from Eubank, I would say Conor Benn.
You think Conor Benn? Overhand right or uppercut?
Overhand right, because that's my tool.
That's your thing.
Yes, sir.
Head movement or footwork?
Ooh. Footwork. Basically, both, yeah, but I gotta pick one. So footwork.
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
It's most important, yeah. Footwork, yeah.
20-second KO or punch perfect unanimous decision masterclass?
KO all the way, especially in my weight class. That's what everybody wants to see.
Saudi money or world title?
Arab money.
Just say both. Say both. I'll win the world title in Saudi.
Yes, sir. You know. The Saudis don't take on any like weak fighters. They only want to see the greatest fights. So I think if you ever left there in Saudi, you gotta be somebody. So for me, that already includes like having the world title or at least being close to a world title. So yeah.
Best heavyweight in the world right now for you?
Usyk.
Favorite fight that you enjoy watching in the heavyweights?
Ooh, no,
doesn't have to be the best.
Yeah. Currently or like in general?
Let's go currently.
Currently, I would say Usyk. I'll stick with Usyk. Yeah.
Favorite German fighter?
Agi Kabayel. All time. I'll say Agi Kabayel. Yeah. I'll stick to my man.
Yeah, you stick to your man. You stick to your man. You stick to your man. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Germany's had some good fighters, like I said, but like, you know, yeah, that Klitschko era as a fight fan, for example, it was a bit of a graveyard for the heavyweight division in that era.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't like watching him fight.
No,
Yeah, of course.
it was. Go on. Go on.
Of course, of course, he was successful, but yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, from a fighter's perspective, yeah, I can understand it. It's it's a job. He's doing the job. He's winning. He's earning his money. He's feeding his family and all that. But still, it's boring.
Yeah, it was a little bit boring. Yeah, he just didn't have any competition, did he? I actually went out to Hamburg for Hay versus Klitschko. I went out to that, and I was really looking forward to a good fight. And it was probably the worst part of my weekend was the actual fight. I actually had a brilliant time going out in Hamburg. I went to the Rico bar and everything. I had a wicked time. But the actual fight was the worst part of the weekend, which is not ideal. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I really hope that we can spend more time together as well, and this isn't the last time that you're going to come on here. I'd love to catch up with you before some of your big fights. But listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Do you have a final message for the fight fans?
Yeah, of course. I would like to say hello to everybody, to everyone out there. I'm now stepping into the pro game. Yeah, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Last question: how far can you go?
Like, on which extent? Like, you mean the world titles and all that?
Yeah. Can you win a world title? Can you go all the way? Can you go undisputed? How far can you go? Pound pound number one. You can say it.
To the end, yeah. All the way through to the wheels follow.
Yeah, that's the absolute spirit. My man, you are my guy. I'm going to be following you. And when you are fighting in this country, mark my words, Gunman will be getting to one of your fights.
Lovely.
You up.
Lovely.
Picking you up for a ticket. Hopefully I'll be able to get media accreditation and I just can sneak in through the back door. But listen, I wish you the best of luck, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure. You are not only a warrior in the ring, but you're a true gentleman. So anyone following this, watching this, make sure you're following this guy. Follow this guy's journey. He's a real bad man. The first ever super heavyweight German Olympic medalist. And he's going to be making an absolute shock, making some shockwaves into the heavyweight division. Mr. Nelvi Tiafak, it's been a pleasure. Take care, my G.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Love,
Take care, pal. Bless up.